Hey guys, it's 21 Maxwell here, and welcome to another WWE predictions video. This time we're doing the pay-per-view WWE Fast Lane. As the WWE likes to tell us, we are on the Fast Lane to WrestleMania, on the road to WrestleMania. This pay-per-view is going to be live on the WWE Network, so if you haven't, you can sub there. And if you're in the UK, it's also going to be on Sky Sports 1. And for the first time in a long time, as far as I'm aware anyway, it's going to be on Sky 1. I'll be watching it in Sky 1 because even though I have the network, sometimes it buffers and I feel, well, if it's on Sky 1, I've got my Virgin box, I can happily watch that. Everybody else will be firmly using the WWE network. So I think I was quite inconsistent with predictions the last time. A couple I got right, a couple I got wrong. Predictions videos, it's all about opinions, you know. I'm going to completely disagree with a lot of people. Same, WWE's booking is going to be completely different to what I think. But it's always fun to just reflect at the end of the day and see how it ended up doing compared to the WWE and how they end up booking stuff. So let's go on with the show, and let's get right into the first match today, which is the Battle of the Dust Brothers, Goldust and Stardust. It's an interesting way they've built it up. You know, you could go so many different ways with this. My theory, I'm thinking Goldust takes the win here, then Stardust goes back to Cody, and then Cody gets the win at WrestleMania. My only problem with that is there enough time, due to time constraints, because this always happens at every Mania, to fit this match on, assuming we're going to have Miz versus Miz down at Mania as well. So I'm thinking it's a Goldust win. A lot of people I think Stardust is going to completely bury him, but I think Goldust gets the win, and hopefully, I would love to see Dustin versus Cody at WrestleMania, but I'm going to say, it's hard to predict, but I'm going to go for Goldust here, and hopefully Stardust to get the win at WrestleMania, get the push, and then Goldust to slowly become a road agent, and Cody to finally get a really good push. Next up is the IC title. Again, a difficult one with WrestleMania. As I said, you could have the other two singles matches. Do you have a dodgy finish here and have a rematch at WrestleMania? Do you leave Dean Ambrose off the WrestleMania card? You know, it's tough. Are they going to go with a Battle Royal again? It's so hard to tell. I think Ambrose wins the match, but I don't think he gets the title. I think it's going to be a DQ, because Ambrose has had basically the upper hand this whole feud so far. I'd be very surprised if you know, he takes the title, you know, without much as challenge from Barrett. But being Intercontinental Champion, they don't tend to win many matches. The Intercontinental curse has been highly documented in the last couple of months. You know, if you're a champion, you're usually jobbing out. So I think Dean Ambrose gets the win via DQ, and we'll probably maybe see a title switch again at WrestleMania. Next up is the Divas Championship, Paige against Nikki Bella. Really don't know how this one's going to play out. Again, you're trying to think to WrestleMania, how they're going to book the Divas. Are they going to have some sort of match there with just 2-on-2 or 1-on-1? Or are they going to have just every Diva on the card like they did last year? I'm going to go out on a limb and say Nikki retains through shenanigans because of Brie, but possibly AJ Lee coming back. I mean, it's a complete speculation. There's been no rumours of that. That's just me thinking, fantasy booking off the top of my head. AJ Lee to come back, make the save, possibly set up a fatal 4-way at WrestleMania. It's a long shot, but it's a prediction. I'll go with that. Next up is the tag team titles. Again, a tough one. Do you make the change here, or do you make the change at WrestleMania? It's been mostly the upper hand from Kid and Cesaro in this feud. I mean, I love the tag team. I think it's a fantastic tag team, very entertaining to watch. I'm not a fan of the Usos, but you know, the only time the Usos have had a one-up on Kid and Cesaro has been when Naomi pinned Natalya, so Kid and Cesaro have been protected. It's a tough one. I think they might make the switch here and then possibly make a rematch on the pre-show. I think I did back Kid and Cesaro on the last video at the Rumble on the pre-show. If I didn't, I definitely done it in my prediction league. I fancy them, and I definitely put a bet on them to win at 2-1. So I'm really thinking here. Yeah, I think we'll get a title switch. I'm thinking Kid and Cesaro. I think they'll pull the trigger. We'll get the rematch at WrestleMania or some sort of multi-man tag match or whatever. I just don't really go with the Usos for here. That's the thing. But I'll say Kid and Cesaro just get the victory, because there's no point there's going to be two DQ finishes, although I do anticipate there'll be a lot of dodgy finishes tonight, or sorry, Sunday when the pay-per-view does take place. Next up, 6-man tag. Now I had a real think about this one. This has just been added recently. You can go so many different ways here. If Randy Orton does return before WrestleMania, you're expecting him to face Seth Rollins. You've got to make Seth Rollins look strong, but at the same time, Kane and Big Show are there to job. Kane and Big Show are likely to implode against each other. They want to make Ryback look strong. So I'm thinking the faces get the win here. Ziggler, Rowan, and Ryback get the victory. And I think it's going to be, Rollins will be protected, but I think it'll probably be Kane that takes the pinfall and probably takes it from Ryback, if I'm honest. But it's hard to predict. You could have Orton come out and screw Rollins and chase him away. So many ways they can go with it. But it's certainly going to be an interesting one. But I'll go for the faces here for my prediction. Next up, Rusev and Cena for the US title. Again, I was thinking, do they go with the DQ victory again? But then if I went with that with the IC title, would they go with it twice? I don't know. I'd love to see Rusev get the clean win. I just think if he gets a clean win, you've certainly elevated the US title, and you've elevated him to definitely one of the big main heels on WWE, and possibly going for a WWE title run. Over the summer. Tough one to say again. I don't want him to lose his unbeaten streak, but I do think Cena's going to beat him eventually. I'll say Rusev gets the win here, but unfortunately Cena gets his revenge at WrestleMania and ends the unbeaten streak, unfortunately. So it's a hard one to predict again, because you've already a DQ kind of potential finishes, but I think we'll go with hopefully a Rusev clean win here. Next up is the Sting and Triple H confrontation. I don't think there'll be any physical contact. I think it'll just be a war with the words essentially, and then Triple H or Sting, one of the two, putting the challenge up for WrestleMania, and then over the next couple of weeks we'll get promotion of that match happening. But I think that's really just all that's going to be setting up, which leads us to the main event. And this one I've had so many different ideas of how it's going to work out. The bookies firmly think it's going to be Roman Reigns, but I just don't know the way it's going now. Where does Bryan go? Where's he booked in? Do you really put Bryan against Sheamus? Ideally the way it is now, I'd put even Sheamus to come back, side with the authority, and go Sheamus and Ziggler. But I would definitely at this point some sort of double DQ, but a double count out or something, a draw. Just one way to put both guys into the main event and make it a triple threat at WrestleMania. Because if you put Roman in, the way it's looking, you might have to turn Brock Lesnar face. I don't know where you go with Bryan. The thing is, you take Reigns out. Who does Reigns face? I don't see who stacks up as an opponent for Roman Reigns. I think he's definitely there. It's just a case that is Bryan going to join him, which I think they will. I think they've got to go triple threat. It just makes most sense booking ways. But you never know. It's the WWE, they like to swerve us, and I'm really intrigued to see how they go with this one. So that's just how I would go as a fantasy booker. Now normally that would be the end of my predictions, but like Survivor Series, with this being free, I think we're going to see one big, massive appearance. I think we might actually even see two. I think Sheamus might come back on Monday. I think he'll be a case of just a run-in. I think if he was to attack somebody, it would probably be Dolph Ziggler, but with Orton going to chase Rollins, I think Orton might come back. And I think we may see possibly a Bray Wyatt Undertaker confrontation. I'm thinking tonight, because if they get him on Fast Lane, it's an opportunity to really get people there and really get them hyped for WrestleMania, and hopefully get get people tuning into Raw tomorrow night. But it's tough, they could easily not go with it. I'm just thinking, with it being free, we got Sting the last time, and we may get Undertaker this time. But I mean, all these are pure speculation. None of these are confirmed spoilers. There've been so many spoilers that Randy Orton's going to appear at every event, so none of these are spoilers. They could happen, they could not. It's complete 110% fantasy booking. So that's it for this video, guys. So it's just predictions. Hopefully I can get some of them right, but it's just how I would potentially book it and how I could possibly see WWE booking it. But WWE, they'll do what they want, and sometimes we can guess as much as we want, but we're going to get nowhere near close. So if you enjoyed this video, guys, please leave a like. If you've got any predictions on how you think the fast lane is going to go down, please leave them in the comment section. If you disagree with any of my predictions, please put them down as well. And until next time, this is 21 Maxwell, and I'll speak to you all real soon. Bye bye!